A busted water main on Webster Avenue in Bedford Park sent water rushing into the street, halting traffic, stranding a driver and leaving residents without water from Monday evening into Tuesday morning, according to officials. The heavy flooding rose to hip height in some places as emergency responders helped one driver to safety from a flooded vehicle. Water filled nearby buildings, destroying clothes, electronics, food, and furniture. The 48-inch water main burst around 7:30 p.m. Monday evening near Webster Avenue and Mosholu Parkway. High-pressure water flooded the street, prompting emergency responders to evacuate first-floor and basement-level apartments in the affected area. The Webster Avenue block from Bedford Park Boulevard to Mosholu Parkway was caked in mud Tuesday morning as a multi-agency cleanup effort was underway. The cause of the busted water main, which dated back to 1890, is still under investigation, according to officials. Cleanup crews cut the gas and electricity to some buildings while they pumped water out of destroyed apartments and shuttered businesses. Meanwhile, Bedford Park residents spent much of Tuesday cleaning up after a water main ruptured Monday night, sending high-pressure water into the streets, flooding homes, submerging vehicles, and causing havoc. Floodwaters receded on Webster Avenue Tuesday morning to reveal muddy and debris-strewn streets, ruined ground floor apartments and cars destroyed by water surge that reached as high as the door handles. Residents sifted through the damage of their apartments and owners pulled soaked belongings out of their now defunct cars parked curbside on Webster Avenue just south of Mosholu Parkway. Monday's destructive flooding left residents in the area stunned, searching for help and picking up the pieces of soaked apartments and waterlogged cars. Jessica Asia couldn't reach her apartment Monday night while water flooded into the building. Her children and animals were trapped inside. Asia said her neighbor, along with the New York City Fire Department, rescued them. "Firemen came because I was screaming at them," Asia said. "They came and really rescued them. Opened the door, broke it, everything." So far, there have been no reported injuries following the rupture of the 120-year-old pipe. But residents like Asia wandered through the wreckage of their homes Tuesday, trying to salvage anything that wasn't completely ruined after hours of being submerged underwater. "This is years' worth of things," Asia said while picking through the piles of soaked belongings in her ground floor apartment. "I've lived here 7 years." Asia said she believes the destruction could have been prevented with proper maintenance of the water main. "After so many years, they have to fix the pipe," Asia said. "But until it busts, that's when they fix it." Meanwhile, a resident who lives on the block and identified himself by the name Brown could only look on as his car, a 1999 Mercury Grand Marquis, which he nicknamed Blue, was totally flooded with water. The water left the hood of Brown's car nearly covered in mud. He said that he had some good memories in the car. "I made trips to South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, upstate," Brown said. "We got around. We really did." Brown, who walks with a cane, was trapped in his upper-story apartment when the water flooded his car. The elevators were out and his disability prevented him from descending multiple flights of stairs to move the car to higher ground. "I went upstairs and I stayed upstairs," Brown said. "I turned around and somebody called me and said my car was underwater. I looked out the window. The car was flooded. It was underwater." The city restored water service to the neighborhood early Tuesday morning, and residents told the Bronx Times they still didn't have gas by Tuesday afternoon and that connections to electricity were intermittent. New York City's Department of Emergency Management said that the Red Cross was on the scene to assist residents who needed shelter for the night.
Oh my God.
The agency was optimistic that most residents could return to their apartments quickly, but could not provide a specific time frame for cleaning up the most damaged homes. Swana Sands arrived home to her sixth-floor apartment on Botanical Square when she saw the floodwaters. She said she and her neighbors, some with infants, were stranded in their apartments all evening without water. People had to be leaving to go to a restaurant to buy water for the babies to make food for the babies, Sands said. While Sands' sixth-floor apartment wasn't damaged by floodwaters, she said she had a refrigerator full of food that spoiled since the electricity was out. Sands also said that the city had not effectively communicated with the neighborhood about how to access resources or where to go and what to do for the night.